This is Riverhead.
Riverhead local.com. We'll try to get a video tonight, but you can shoot.
It's a great idea.
We're just waiting for a board member. There we go. They gave me a gavel.
You've got to make sure that that goes on the other side.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the first board meeting, Riverhead Town Board meeting of 2005. Thank you for coming. Can we have Ray Dickoff lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Just want to thank everybody for coming out today, and I apologize that we're late. We are always going to try to start on time. It's my fault that I ran executive session a little long, and I put a lot of extra pressure on Diane Wilhelm, and she did a fabulous job of getting this worked out. But I am going to be punctual. Sal will get you those resolutions ahead of time. Correspondence.
Okay, sure. I'll continue with the correspondence. There's a letter from Little Flower Children and Family Services of Wading River. Letter noticing the intent to establish an individualized residential alternative community. Under Town Hall reports, under Town Clerk, monthly report for January 2010, $10,188.98. Under Receiver of Taxes, the Utility Collections Report for December of 2009, $350,693.55. And under total tax collection dated January 4th, 2010, $32,076,842.09. And that's it.
Thank you. Are there any committee reports? Okay. There's a public hearing scheduled for 2:05 for the consideration of the proposed increase and improvement to the facilities of the Riverhead Water District, and since it is now 2:10, I think we'll open that public hearing.
Good afternoon. My name is Dennis Kelleher, the consulting engineer for the Riverhead Water District, and just want to wish the board a happy new year.
Thank you, Dennis.
We are here today to discuss the approval of a proposed, what we're calling a new well site, Plant 16. Back in 2006, our firm prepared a master plan report for the Riverhead Water District. Copies of this report, I think, was recently distributed to the town board again. And the report had recommended about 17 capital improvement projects that really should be implemented over the next 5 to 10 years back in 2006. Some of these projects have been started. One of these projects was recommended a new well site, Plant 16. Actually, Superintendent Penzick has requested that I prepare a quick summary to the town board, really giving them an update on what has actually transpired since the report was prepared in 2006.
That'd be fantastic. Is your microphone on? Can anybody hear him?
Actually, it is not on.
There it is, now it's on.
Sorry. And by the end of the week, I will have a copy of that letter report, which will update the status of the Riverhead Water District and really what has transpired since the 2006 master plan.
That would be fantastic.
The 2006 master plan really concluded that the demand for water throughout Riverhead was exceeding the pumping capacity that we had with our existing wells. This was mostly due to the fact of automatic irrigation systems where everybody was putting them in, and plus the significant development that has occurred over the last 10 years throughout the town. The master plan had recommended an additional 4 public supply wells. One of those wells, Plant 15, is already under construction on Flood Hills Lane and should be in service by this spring. Plant 16, which is the subject of this public hearing, is located on Edwards Avenue, and I'll talk about a little bit more about that in a second. But we will still need additional wells, and we will be coming back to the town board very shortly to discuss future wells 17 and 18. The master plan also recommended water conservation. Last year, we actually had a very intense water conservation program, talking about odd and even sprinkling on odd and even days, and that did have an impact, but it's really very difficult. We've had some preliminary conversations with Superintendent Penzick to increase that water conservation program. One thing that I think some of the town board members have discussed, which was done in Pennsic is going to what's called an increasing rate schedule. Right now, we have a flat rate schedule where it doesn't matter how much water you use. You can actually use an excessive amount of water and still pay the same unit price. In Nassau County, when they have water conservation programs that were implemented about 15 years ago, almost every public water supply went to an increasing rate. With the more you use, the more you will pay. So that's something that we're going to discuss with the town board president in the next month. One of the recommendations in the master plan back in 2006 was to conduct a test well program to look at future well sites. One of the locations was what we're calling Plant 16, located on Edwards Avenue, just south of Sound Avenue. It's about a 1.3 acre site that was originally part of the Bella Vista Farms. The district was able to get a perpetual easement for that property. A test well was conducted back in 2008, and we're proposing to construct a 1,380 gallon per minute supply well, which is the equivalent of 2 million gallons a day. It will be approximately 540 foot deep. We will have some wellhead treatment that we have at all our well sites, which will include chlorination for disinfection and pH adjustment with adding lime to the water. We will need to construct a small pump station, approximately 20 feet by 40 feet, to house the treatment equipment. This well needs to be online as soon as possible. I've been having meetings with Superintendent Pennsic and my staff to see how quickly we can get this going. We do not think we'll be able to get it up and running by this summer, but we're looking at some possible ideas to see if we can get that going.
Anything you can do to get it online, we'd greatly appreciate it.
We will accelerate everything that's in our control. There are some items that are out of our control, but we will be coming back to Superintendent Pennsic and the board with some ideas. This is just the handouts that I think all town board members got. Had a color diagram on the location of the well. Highlighted in yellow is the 1.3 acre site. Garrett? Next. Total project cost. The construction cost is estimated at $1.25 million, and then we have miscellaneous non-construction costs, including survey, soil boring, an engineering report, and DEC application, design, construction administration, inspections, and we have legal contingency and administration for a total project cost estimated at $1.58 million. The Water District proposes to finance this project with the town going out for municipal bonds. We normally goes out for a 20-year bond, and interest rates right now are approximately 4% for municipal bonds. Assuming the 4% 20-year period on the bond, the $1.58 million would have an annual debt service of $116,000 throughout the 20 years. If we were to pay this by increasing the tax rate, this would be just under 13 cents per $1,000 assessed value in order to pay for the bond. A typical home in Riverhead with a $50,000 assessed value, the cost to finance this project would be $6.40 per year throughout the 20 bond period. The existing tax rate for the Riverhead Water District is currently 73 cents per thousand, so this would increase it to approximately 86 cents per thousand. Thank you.
Is anybody else?